Hi guys, Rusty Dog here. Welcome to my live stream. Here we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're going to be taking this nice easy job from EGTK to LFSB, but we have to make a stopover at LFOK for fuel. Yeah, and I'm going to be flying direct. So, screw this, man. So, we're flying from here, and we're going to be starting whatever. And we're going to be flying to LFOK. There. That's it. Pick the other runway. I think it, oh God, just be so easier. Thank you. Right. That's what we're doing. VFR direct because it's the option that works when you're not a fool. Flight conditions back to live again. Should I? Not just use a nice clear skies at midday. No, we'll go live. Right. What a waste of time that was. I'm going to have to trim this stream or cut it, which takes YouTube about 2 days to do that. Where are we? 1 hour, 28 minutes. I'll have to see if I can trim. The trim tools in YouTube are pretty crap as well, though. But I'll try and do what I can. So once we've got that going, then we can go here and we can take on... Oh, it's not the right place, Rusty. It's this one. Now she's landed. Right. Awesome. Oh, God. Brooke's landed now, of course. So let's get Brooke a job first so she can be on her way doing another job. And if she's going to need to earn around 3... Is it 3.5? Let's have a look. It's going to take a little while to get going again now. I apologize for wasting all of your time. Okay, so I'm not even going to mess with those numbers. To me, that's 900,000. So 900,000 plus what I'm going to get, 93,000, makes 993. So yeah, she's going to need 7,000 on a job. I don't want to give her a job where I have to tell her to stop and start and refuel. Sometimes I get her to do that. Now on this one, what are we going to go up to? Let's do something sensible like 450 and 2. I know it can take 3. All right, well, let's see. It depends on the distance. And Brooke is... Where is she again? Brooke's down here. LFJL. So if you look at the airport LFJL and find me a job. 8 grand would be awesome. Nothing. Okay. Longer distances? I may have to fly her to a different airport to get a decent job. No, can't do medical transportation. We're not certified for that. Not even you. Whoa! What's this? What? There's got to be a catch. 30 grand to take 20 cargo, only 17 nautical miles? What? There's got to be a catch. Why are they paying so much? And why hasn't it got a green star next to it to say this is a well-paid job like this one? Outstanding pay. What's the catch, guys? What's the catch? Cargo, nothing. Distance is nothing. XP is... Ooh. Hey, I'm not going to miss this opportunity. 30 grand. Wow. You don't see those every day. golden opportunity jobs like that. She's only got to fly 17 nautical miles, already has the fuel. I don't know whether this airport has a thingy, an FBO, but I'm going to stick her some more fuel in anyway, 40%. Hey Brooke, go and earn that 30 grand. And she's flying to LFSN. Well, I suppose this makes up for my mess up, the fact that she's got a... Yeah, drug run. Yeah, it's probably cocaine or something like that. What does it say it was? Food crates. Yeah, a likely story. Seriously though, 20 pounds of cargo, 17 nautical miles. You could put that on the back of a bus. Okay. Go for it, Brooke. And how long is it going to take her to do this? 20 minutes. She's going to earn 30 grand in 20 minutes. That's like, yeah, I'll have to give her a little bonus at the end of the day. Okay, as for me, I've got my food crates loaded. My fuel, I think I can't take any more, can I? No. But what I can do is just drop a little bit off one of the wings. There we go. Alright, so... blah. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're flying to LF. Okay. Ah, I know what I did last time. I got this part right, but I didn't put LFOK in Flight Sim. And that's why we got messed up. Now we're flying to... yeah, we're flying to Vatry first. VatSim. Right. So I will start tracking on this the moment I am ready to fly here. Thank flip, we've got simrate. So starting tracking. And I'm just going to get this thing up in the air as quickly as possible. And remind me, guys, remind me when I'm up in the air, retract the flaps, please, because I'm going to forget. Right. Right, let me just do this real quick. I don't care if I'm putting lights on I don't need to put on. I'd rather do that than get penalized by OnAir for not having the lights on. Okay, let's see the oil pressure build up, and it has. Dwarf mode. There we go. Get some of these lights on. Overhead light on. Left floodlight on. Right floodlight, it can be on, but it doesn't really, I don't really need it. Let's go. Come on.
Oxford ground, Rusty Romeo 66, request taxi for straight out departure with Kilo. Rusty Romeo 66 taxi to an all...
I can't believe that's the best job I've ever found. 30k for... I mean, you normally don't get paid 30k for doing a job in a Cessna 172 anyway, unless it's some massive job that requires you flying halfway across Europe 4 or 5 times. But to do 20 nautical miles, sorry, 17 nautical miles with a very tiny package, yeah, it's got to be drugs, hasn't it? It's got to be drugs. It's a neutron bomb. It's got to be drugs. She's doing a drug run. Oh, if only, eh? If only. Right, I think it's going to be the same as last time. All around the planes. Oh, God. Alright. Been around the world tonight. Come on then, let's get going. I'm gonna have to cut your head off, mate, sorry. Unbelievable. What a complete arse I made of that last flight. The thing that annoys me the most, apart from the fact that I made a stupid newbie error, is that I've wasted you guys' time. That's what annoys me the most. Because you guys, you come and you watch my stream and you give up your time in your day to do this, and I feel like I've wasted your time, and that really makes me angry. That's what that honestly is what pees me off more than anything. More than the fact that I made the mistake in the first place. But we will get there. We will get there. I was quite happy to do this run where I had to stop halfway and land and then fuel up and then carry on to my destination. I was quite happy to do that because I plotted out this run before I started the stream. Anyway, so let's go.
Oxford Tower, Rusty Romeo 66 ready for straight out departure at runway 1.
Silent running. Silent running, I could have done without.
Cleared for takeoff runway 1, Rusty Romeo 66.
Here we go. Have I still got my headlight on? Yeah, that's gone now. Literally the light on my head. I know you're supposed to stick inside those blue lights, but... Right. Flaps in takeoff position. Everything else seems good, so let's have a rolling start on this one. Right, let's try again to go to France-Switzerland border. And I'll be picking my own altitude. Thank you very much and good night. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm having to twist this joystick. Oh man. It's twisty, it's twisty. And she floats up into the air. I've got the flaps, guys, don't worry. 300, 300. Once I'm above 300 feet, 400 feet, then flaps in. I like to wait until then. Okay, so flaps are now retracted. And I'm staying on full throttle. So yeah, I mean, one day Rilmer Airlines will have an Airbus, but wow, I mean, the prices for an Airbus, guys. To rent an Airbus, it's like 65,000 an hour to rent. Now, if you get the right job, that's not a problem. I've got enough money to rent that plane for like 12 hours, 13 hours. I can rent an Airbus before I start running out of money. But in 12 hours, I could do enough in that plane to make a couple of million. So even if I just rented an Airbus for a day or 2 days, even if I rented it for just a day or two, I could easily make enough money. So yeah, it would be nice. And then obviously once I'm making $1 million or so per run, then I can keep renting the plane. And if I do, say, I think it's about 25 jobs of around 2 million each, then I can buy an A320, which is like 42 million or something like that to buy. Oh, not in this case, Baran. Hi, Baran. Welcome to the stream. I did acknowledge it. Jesus, woman. Oh, okay. I'm not focused on the right monitor.
Oxford
There we go.
Romeo 66 frequency change.
Yeah, no, I make mistakes, and I guarantee you'll repeat some of them. So I'm going to fly at my normal altitude of 6,000. I know this plane's capable of much more, but I quite like 6,000. It means I don't have to descend for so long. So throttles and fuel mixtures and stuff all get done later. And let's see if the autopilot wants to play ball this time. So switch into GPS mode for that. Nav mode on, and don't you dare disengage like you did last time. So I'm ready for the autopilot soon. Yeah, I don't know if I'm well. I might be. I think I might be. I'm surviving. Not getting any worse. Hey, Aquatic, welcome, 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 welcome. Well, I don't know, Roger. It's a waste, like, because it's like 1.5 hours of my life I can't get back. But hey, it's not the first time I've had to redo a flight. I've had to do that before. But if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn from stuff, right? You have to make the mistakes to learn. But it's stupid. I don't mind, you know, it's just stupid mistakes like not setting the right departure airport. I mean, that's ridiculous. Not departure, approach. Destination. God, can't even get the right terminology here. Okay, so we're holding at 6,100. I will correct that later. And now I'm going to bring the RPMs back to around 80. And I'm, oops, see now I can't do it with this because then it's going to mess with, so I'm going to do it with my actual throttle. And I want to bring this back to around 65. That's what my happy spot. Because there, if I'm looking at my fuel flow, I like to keep it under 400. Normally I'm around 385, so 396, 397 at the moment, but it's okay. I don't know what is a good fuel flow rate on this plane. I was fine with the Cessna 172, but with this one I'm not sure. Or where to keep the torque and the ITT. I don't know where to keep that stuff. And the revs, everything's okay. I mean, I could probably reduce it further, save a bit more fuel, but we're okay for fuel, you know, because we're running to, what have we got? Oh, it's over here, isn't it? So distance 270 nautical miles. We can easily do that on the fuel that we have. And estimated time en route is 102 minutes, so 1 hour 42. That's going to be greatly reduced in just a moment. Okay, so I think I can probably even bring this down to around 60. It doesn't matter that it's going to slow us down a little bit because we're going to speed it all back up again. So fuel rate now is 371. That's nice. Saves a bit of fuel economy. Yes, I know what you mean, Matt. It's like this morning when I was dreaming I was awake, and when I woke up I found myself asleep. It's weird how those things happen. Okay. Right, so 1 hour 40 minutes is going to be reduced by half.
Simrate 2.
And then half again.
Simrate 4.
So instead of 100 minutes, it's going to be 25 minutes. Correct? Yeah. Obviously that doesn't change. That doesn't change on the monitors here. It's still going to say 100 minutes. It's just that the time's going to go down at 4 times the rate. It's not going to actually go down, say, 25 minutes. Because that would be weird. That would be like warp speeding. But it's not just the plane I've sped up, it's the entire world. .253 and 258. Okay. Why is there a discrepancy there? I love these little touches like the SIM card. I guess that's loading. Is that for the GPS map data or something in there? I don't know what it is. Yeah, like it's a Garmin sat nav. That's what it is, Rusty. Now I don't know what's on, what could be on there on these things. Is it map data or firmware or something? I don't know. So a flight plan, nice and simple. Look, from there to there, source to destination, straight away. Just nothing in between. Beautiful, nice and easy. Right, out. What are we like outside? Slightly above the clouds this time. What sim rate are we at? Flip. 4. Okay, so 25 minutes, right? We're going to reduce it by half again. So we're on sim rate. We're on sim rate 8 now. Now I don't know whether I'll be able to do this at sim rate 8. Highly doubtful. But if I go into drone mode, now you see the thing is there's too much buffeting. But I'm going to try and get inside the plane. God, I feel like Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible here. Dun, 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 dun. This is what it's like for a passenger on Rusty Airlines. Oh my God. Dun, dun. When are you handing the peanuts out? Can you imagine being in the back? Oh, approaches. Oh, card for approaches and map update. Oh, cool. Right. That's interesting then. Now approaches, yes. Yes, approaches. I couldn't I? I could select an approach. Could I do that now at the airport? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to mess up this flight again. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't think I was landing at runway 10 though, was I? Wasn't it runway 15 or something? But yeah, you could load. So that's going to come off this card, right? You can load. So load. Load from the card. Is that why it says load and not just activate on its own? I understand now. But I was sure that it was runway 15 we were coming in on. I'll have to check it out. Oh no, it is 10. And I think I was choosing Carol Vorderman 10, wasn't I? I know it's VOR DME. I know what that is. Yeah, I think that's the one we were choosing anyway. That's the one we had already in the flight sim. So I could just click enter on that one, right, and load it up. Yeah, I already said that, Matt, on a stream a while ago. That's why I didn't call it Rusty Airlines. I did think I did think about that, and I thought no. And you took the words out of my mouth there. That I thought no, it's not going to inspire confidence by traveling on Rusty Airlines. I mean, yeah. It might, because then I think after that I said it might as well be called Loose Rivet Airways. You know? Oh God. Yeah, I mean, I could choose this one. I think when I was programming the route, but I'll have to check on. Let me have a look on little nav map before I program anything like this in. So what are we in desktop mode? Yes. Okay, so this is little nav map, and if we go to airports and type in LFOK, then we have the runway here. So you've got runway 10, runway 28, and I think if we right click and show, no, create approach, show all procedures, is it that one? Yeah, so there it is, Vorderman 10. So you can actually add that. Oh, I'll have to program the whole route in, I think. Okay, so let's go. Where did I take off from? Let me get rid of this. So I'm going to program the route here, Kidlington. So right click and set as departure, and then I'm actually coming in to LFOK and right click and select as destination. Okay, so this is the flight plan we have programmed into the sim right now, and as you can see we have to ascend to 6,000 feet, and by the time we get to 19.8 nautical miles away, which is TOD, which is oh god, I forgot, there's a COD and there's a TOD, isn't there? Or TOC and TOD. Time of descent, is it time of descent? Anyway, so once we get there, that's when we start making our descent back down again. So that's fine. So back here at Vatry, if we right click and show arrival procedures, and then we've got approach at Board Me, and then right click and insert that into the flight plan, this is what the flight plan should look like in the flight sim. I think this orange and white dotted line is the, like if you miss the landing, right, that you get, this is your pathway or your route to go round again or something like that. But the purple line is what we'd be following in. Am I correct in this? It's just the purple line that we'd be coming in on. And this is a VOR, I think, something like that. No, this isn't OnAir. This is little nav map. This is, yeah, little nav map. It's really good. You can do the flight plan, and then you can go to File, Export Flight Plan to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then you can load it in at the main menu on your before you fly, and then just click Fly, and this whole flight plan that you've loaded in is loaded in. Now here, similarly at Kidlington, we double click it, I think. Yeah, there we go, Kidlington. If I right click and show, no, let's click it here. I think these green things, this is where you intercept the glide slope. I mean, I don't know, I'm just guessing. I think that's correct. Where is the option for, no, it's not approach, it's the one, show procedures. Airport has no departure procedure. Okay, because it's a tiny little thing, so we can't do one from there, so it's directly out, and then we've got all of these different approaches here. And you can look on the destination airport, LFOK, and you can see if we change you've got all these different approaches into runway 10. Then you've got approaches coming into runway 28. You've got the ILS approach there. And then you can just pick the one you want, stick it into the flight plan, and then export this out to Flight Sim, P3D, X-Plane. There you go. That's Brooke. She's landed, and she's just earned me 30 grand, which means when I land, we will get the million. How are we doing anyway? Oops, we better start slowing this flight down, guys. So I could choose this VOR DME 10. I could choose that one. Let's do it just for kicks. It's load, isn't it? All right. Oh, yeah. It's changing. Yeah. Okay. So it's just slightly changed route there. I don't know where the hell it's going now. Right. So that approach is now programmed in here. I may have to put the cursor on here. Yeah, let's bring this up. I'm going to slow the sim down because I don't want to do the loop of shame. Right, so if we toggle the mouse, okay, so now we've got a mouse pointer on the screen. There we go. It's working. Come on. Right, so let's pan down. Not quite sure how far I'm going to need to go here. Yeah, that looks kind of okay. But if you wouldn't mind panning anyway. Oh, you frigonometry. Other way, zoom out. Now, pan. Oh, God. So annoying. If I was sat in the plane, this would be easier. Okay, now you can zoom in a little bit. There. So this is our approach, and we'll be coming in, and that's all nice and lovely and sweet and dandy. Yeah. Right. Let me zoom out again and again and back in again. Can you go just zoom in once? No, too fast. Yeah, that'll have to do. Ding Panda. Yes, we're on autopilot at the moment. Keeping my life easy. Flying in the middle of the green zone, saving quite a bit of fuel. How are we doing? 19% fuel. Don't really want it to run into the yellow, but we might have to. It's quite cloudy day today. Okay, so I guess we can speed the sim up again now. Okay, so now we're at 8 speed. I think by the time I get to around 22 nautical miles, I'm going to start descending. So I'm going to program in the altitude I want to be at, which I'm going to play it safe and go to 25 or 24. 2,400 is good enough for me. But I'm not going to be hitting that anytime soon. So we need to do a left-hand kink to get to the runway, which explains why we're slightly right of the airport. How am I doing, Insider Gamer? Does it sound like I'm just waffling, or do I don't know. I think I know what I'm doing. I know enough to get by. It's like my Spanish. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I can talk enough Spanish to get by in a conversation. Sometimes, mainly. I could go shopping in Spain and I'd be fine. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? But I'm not fluent. And it's kind of like this. I'm not fluent in aeroplane, but I can get by. It's the same kind of deal. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we need to just zoom in just a tad. I can't even keep hold of the button at this speed. Just one click. Oh, wrong way. Here we go. We're making that last journey there. Oh, sugar.
Simrate 4. Simrate 2. Simrate 1.
Yeah, I've left this way too late now. I'm going to try and get away with as much as I can. I left it too late. I said I wasn't going to do it until I was 21 away, and I've left it way too late.
Battery Tower Rusty Romeo 66, 900 miles west with Echo to land.
Faffing around at 8 speed doesn't help. See, we should be flying straight in. I may have to take over and just dip this plane down. The gates should be right in front of us. Bang. Look at that. It couldn't be more perfect. Right, autopilot. Good night. So I'm going to kill the throttle pretty much completely. I don't want to overspeed too much because we'll get penalized. And I can't put the flaps out because we're going too fast. So I just need to descend a little bit quicker or a little bit more of a slope than what these gates are on. Oh, you and your bloody... Yes, fine, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your landing clearance. Put the kettle on. I'm coming home. Alright, now it will say too fast for a while until I get myself sorted, but we'll get the speed down. Don't worry. Still got 4.5 miles to go yet. Yes, so choosing that approach just brought us nicely onto this runway, didn't it? That was lovely. In fact, it was so nice I probably didn't even need these gates this time. I'm just going to put the RPM of the propeller up again. So we can now deploy flaps 1. And I just want to sit a bit higher in the chair now. I've been slouching. There we go. Once we dip under 75, I think these gates should turn blue. I'm a little bit out. Okay. Now I don't want it to drop too much, the speed. Just keep it in the white zone, which is the it's okay to deploy your flaps zone. I'm going to see if I can just get this plane a little bit more to the left. My phone is dinging everywhere. What's happened? Might be a little coming in on... You tend to come in on a slant as well sometimes because of the wind, right? Yeah, I know. I know it's too slow. I just adjusted the speed just now, and it's because I've got my nose slightly poked in the air as well. So I dropped a bit of speed by pitching up a little. But I think we're okay. And this is only a fuel stop. This isn't like destination. We just come here to pick up some fuel. But again, how can we... Yeah, okay. I think we can do that. Because I programmed it in the thing, didn't I? I programmed it into OnAir correctly. So I think we're good. Okay, as soon as we get over the threshold here, I'm going to throttle off completely. And then just pitch the nose up a little just to drop that speed.
Landing time locked. Landed at Lima Fox, Oscar Kilo, Victory.
Now where's the taxiway? I will. Can you mark it for me? Thank you. Yeah, crabbing. Yes, I think somebody mentioned that before. Hey, I never took my seatbelt off. Yes, I don't have enough confidence in myself. I've kept my seatbelt on the entire time. I wonder how many flight simmers have got a gaming chair with an actual seatbelt on it. Like sim racers. Sim racers who wear the racing shoes and the gloves and everything.
129.4 Rusty Romeo 66. Factory ground, Rusty Romeo 66, request taxi to parking. Rusty Romeo 66 taxi to general aviation parking by taxiway Alpha. Taxiing to general aviation parking by taxiway Alpha for Rusty Romeo 66.
Yeah, it wasn't my smoothest landing, but it was pretty good. I did one yesterday, guys, and you could barely hear it touch the ground. It was just lovely. The conditions were really nice, and it just went, just touched the ground, and it was lovely. It didn't feel like it was, you know, like a hard landing or anything. Like the wheels didn't bang onto the ground, you know, it was like just a nice little deft touch. And I don't make too many of them, but I did yesterday. Right, if we get this shut down, then the OnAir can be happy. Yeah, let's just pull the plug on this.
Engine off, time locked. End of flight. Registered in OnAir
Oh,
company.
Doctor Who's appeared in the TARDIS. Oh, is there a way to stop this? And there must be an option to stop this ending the flight like this, right? I have to find that. That's really annoying for me. Right, I'm going to leave all the lights on. I don't mean they're going to stay on. I mean the buttons down here. I'm not going to mess with them. I'm just going to see if we can fuel up here now. So, how have we done? 0.36, reputation increase. We've got everything good. Comfort bonus done. Safety bonus done. Aircraft handling bonus done. That's more like it. Thank you very much. Right. So, back into flying again, because we need to travel 151 nautical miles now. So let's get some fuel in. I don't need to fill it up, do I? I'll go with 35. So we're going to fly to LFSB, right? And I'm only putting in enough to get there and have plenty in case anything goes wrong. So LFSB. So let's just confirm the fuel and the payload first, because I want to now go to wait a minute. Where's our destination again? Let's go to jobs. Oh, level 5 mission. Asia. What the hell? No, 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 no. How can that be? Asia? How the hell are we supposed to get to Asia? I can't fly this plane to Asia. How am I supposed to even get there? Oh, is it the case that I'm supposed to have a plane all... Yeah, look at this. Look at these distances. Cargo is easy enough. Look at this one. And that one! 3,600 nautical miles. What world are you living in that I can do this in a Grand Caravan? How many stops? From Asia, from Japan to India. Oh, God. Would you want me to have an Airbus? I don't get this. Why it goes suddenly from a little local job. This is level 4 and this is level 5. Are you nuts? How do I get... I've got to fly the plane to Japan first before I can even start on these jobs. That's going to take forever. And poor Brooke, she's going to get left behind. Anyway, yeah, let's think about that another time. So, I'm on this one and I've got to fly to LFSB. So I want to click on there because oh yeah, no problems. They've got FBOs here. Now I take this stuff, the jet fuel. I think I take jet fuel in the Cessna, don't I? In the Grand Caravan. Anyway, but yeah, they've got plenty, so I'm okay. All right, so at least it means I can fly there with the minimum amount of fuel that I'm going to need and still be able to fuel up when I get there. But I'm always belt and braces. I like to put a bit more fuel in than normal. Oh, you can transport? What? And the plane? Oh, rent a plane or buy one and a new FBO. Now, when you say you can transport yourself, but you can't transport... Yeah, you're right. I'd have to buy another plane. I could rent an A320 for those long runs. An A320 would cover that nicely. But 3,000 nautical miles in a Cessna that can do fully loaded, I don't know, what we're looking at. Realistically, 350 nautical miles before it's going to need more fuel. That's like 10 stops. 10 stops. Oh, God. Anyway, so we already have the cargo on board. We've got the fuel on board now that we need. So now we can finally get to our destination, guys, which is LFSB. I did find myself one time putting in the from airport. I've done that before. Yeah, that's a mistake you only make once. Trust me, you never make that one twice. So this is going to put, if I just go back a page, 1 second, go back here. So as you can see, it's going to put 35% fuel in the plane, right? And if I whip this off and go to the end screen, you'll see we've only got 13%. But the moment we start tracking that 13%, got to get rid of that stupid toolbar. Taskbar settings. Come on, Windows, wake up. Right, so, oh, go away. Honestly, it's absolutely taking the pee, this thing. Give me a second, guys. Right, so 13% at the bottom. So, and the Sims and OnAir says 35, so we confirm. And type in our destination, LFSB. Go to flight tracking. Plane's already at the airport. We haven't moved the plane. We haven't come out of the sim. So the moment I hit start tracking, that fuel should whiz up to 35%, or we're screwed. There you go. We have the fuel in the plane ready to go. And that's it. Oops, I didn't put the flaps up, did I? Naughty habits. Right, so we can start firing the plane up again and we'll be on our way. Oh boy. That's there. The field's still open there, so we're good. So blah. See, all lights are on still. And beacon light is still on, so I'm going to just put all these on because I just do. And I'm going to put this to low idle because I believe in the checklist that's what they tell you to do. Put that to max. And I think we're good to go. Let's fire up this Garmin. So now I have to tell the Garmin where we're going.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down.
So we're going to LFSB, was it? Yeah. Directly. L. We'll see if we can find a nice approach as well, shall we? Just because it helps me kind of learn. Can I go backwards? Yeah. LFS. And B, which should say Basel, Mulhouse. Yeah. Alright, so the route should be now. It should pop on. There it is. Now, a nice approach. Well, again, it's going to have to be little nav map that's going to do this for us. So I'm going to go to new flight plan, and we're flying from LFOK set as departure. I am quite new to this program, so I don't know all the stuff. It's brilliant though, because look, it shows you all the taxiways. So when she says taxiway Alpha or whatever she's going to say, via taxiway B and 8, they're all listed, and all of the stuffs, all of the ramps and the parkings are all here. It's fantastic. And my plane is here. I got it parked up there, so I'm going to have to taxi. If I taxi out to runway 10, actually I could go all the way down, but I think runway 10 I'll be taking off from. Makes sense, because that's the direction I want to be going in. Alright, so LFSB is where we're going, Basel Mulhouse, right click, and we're going to set that as our destination. So there's the route. Again, 6,000 feet, but look at this. Like, you've got 46 nautical miles to get up to your 6,000 feet. Yeah, no problem. Right, so on Basel Mulhouse then, if we right click, show arrival procedures. Oh, in fact, we should click on the airport first, shouldn't we, so we can see what's going on. Now, I'll likely be coming in on runway, oh god, 15, 8. I've got enough there. I suppose I'll have to find out. Yeah, how do I know what runway I'm going to be coming in on? You can't see the screen. Yeah, you can. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. I know, I'm terrible. Sorry. Yeah, so all I've done is I've programmed the flight in here. So you can see it there. So I'm going from there to there. But the approach, I think what I'll do is I'll find a nice one here and then program it onto the plane. So do I come in on runway 8? Is that long enough? 5,620 feet? That's long enough for a Cessna, isn't it? Cessna Grand Caravan? Of course it is. Oh, what's this? There's a way to stop it following the plane. I think it's this one, is it? No, that's the center. Right. So let's say I choose runway 8. And then all of a sudden this doesn't make sense to me because that runway doesn't have any approaches on it. So we'll go 15. Let's try this one. That doesn't make too much sense to me. Yeah, right. Explain this to me, guys. This says approach ILS 33. Now 33 is this way in. What's going on here? Okay, forget the explanation. I get confused sometimes with this. It looks like it's bringing me in on runway 15 instead of 33. Right, let's go with this one and then insert it in. You see, now it changes. Yeah, that's okay. 4,000 feet by the time we get to there, that's all right. We can do that. That gives us a nice approach. So what have we used? RW15, is that the one I used? No, ILSY15. Okay. I know, I'm as lost as a deer in a set of headlights. Oh. Oh God, which one was it now? I chose ILSY15. Did I not? ILSY15. I did choose that one. Okay. So... oh, I put the wrong thing on the screen. Right, let me be in desktop mode and then it'll never happen again. There we go. Sorry guys, I know I'm making a complete arse of this. I normally don't make a complete arse of this, but sometimes I do forget to take off and put on the correct screens on the screen. So anyway, yeah, so little nav map. I've chosen approach ILSY15. I tend not to stream in desktop mode because, well, there's obvious reasons for it, you know. You want some privacy on your desktop, you know what I mean? You don't want to suddenly, so there's a crash and then suddenly every icon on your desktop's available and people are looking and going, oh, look what he's got on his desktop. Yeah. So anyway, so I don't have that on. So I generally hate doing desktop mode for that reason. One moment. Right, okay, so this is the approach that I selected, ILSY15. So what I'm going to do now is pick it on here, if I damn well can. Yeah, you see the buttons are all different on this one. So ILS15Y, I'm going to press enter on that one, and then we've got to navigate. Oh God, select the cursor and load. All right. Now this is what I don't understand. Why has this has happened last time. Why has the line disappeared now? I mean, it clearly has an arrow where to go, but why has the purple line disappeared off the screen? As if it doesn't know where to go next. Things like this completely baffle me, and I don't understand why they happen. So I need answers. Why has adding an approach at the destination airport killed off that magenta line which tracks the heading where we're going? Because for that, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I've got to, okay, hold on. Activate approach. I think that's it, right? Is it? Is it? I don't know. Because I activated it. Well, I just now I did. But surely it should now just have a magenta line going all the way to the destination and then have a nice little swing in to the runway, right? But the whole thing's disappeared. I don't understand at all. Don't understand this. Initially I loaded it, and then the line disappeared, and then I went to procedure, and then I went activate, and it still didn't bring the line back. So how do I remove that approach now? How do I clear it? Can I clear it? Is it even possible to clear it? Yeah, I did just load them. This is it. I pressed load, and then the line disappeared on the screen. I pressed load, and it disappeared off the screen. Because when I programmed the approach in last time on the first run to this airport, that's exactly what I did. I clicked on load. And I knew to do that because I'd seen a video of somebody do it, somebody who knows what they're talking about. And that's how I knew to do load. It looks like this knows what it's doing. And it has a bearing. Okay, so my next question. I want to remove that approach from the system altogether. How do I do it? Let's say I've changed my mind and I don't want to use an approach at all. Now what? Just clear the destination away, I guess. Okay, so screw it. We're just going to do this. Is that going to bring it back? Oh my God. Come on, man. There it is, finally. Right, so screw the approach. It's all going to get done manually. It's the best way to do it, guys. Best way to do it. Then you don't have any headaches of this rubbish. Oh, this is great. Okay. Taxi to parking. I already have done.
Battery ground, Rusty Romeo 66 requesting the end of pushback. Rusty Romeo 66 request to end pushback received.
Ah, finally. A decent menu.
Battery ground, Rusty Romeo 66 ready to taxi straight out departure. Rusty Romeo 66 taxi to end all short of runway 10 by taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 129.4 ready. Taxi to end all short runway 10 using taxiway
So
Alpha.
all I need is an explanation as to why you have a direct route to somewhere on the Garmin and then suddenly, when you program in an approach, the route disappears off the Garmin. Makes no sense. And I don't have any taxi arrows. I meant to press 2 and I pressed 1. Maybe when I start moving, they'll start doing something. I don't know. I've had that before, where you don't get the arrows don't pop up until you actually start moving. Again, it's not something I would have programmed in if I was the programmer of this sim, but there you go. So where are we taking off? Runway, whatever she said. Runway 10. So I'm going to use little nav map in order to navigate where I'm going on the taxiway, because the game doesn't seem like it's up to it, to be honest. We're supposed to be going over there, so I'm going to see if I can get a really tight turn in here. Try and get there before the end of the day, really. That would be nice. Oh my god, this screen doesn't stop turning. Right, so I'm having to use little nav map to see where I'm going, because Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't want to give me the taxiways. But I'm quite happy to do it with external help, where the game, you know, falls down. I noticed there was a lack of option to taxi or something. Was there even an option to taxi there? I noticed there was when I said depart straight out, but normally after that there's an option to request taxiing. But I'm just going to go all the way here. I'm not going to stop until I get into position. So this is runway 10, so we're just going to go to the end and turn around, pretty much. See, again, look, these are my landing. This is a bug in the game, it has to be. Why is the landing gates coming on when I'm about to take off? I think this is tied into the fact that it wouldn't give me the taxi thing. Like when you land at an airport, if you don't end flight and then start a new flight, this is the crap that you get. You don't get any taxiways. It doesn't happen every time, but there are occasions where you don't get any taxiways and then you get the landing gates on takeoff, which is bizarre to say the least. But it has happened a few times. God, this plane can't go to full lock until it's like snail's pace. Those flashing lights can be disturbing as well. Alright. So it's probably going to, when I take off, it's probably going to tell me you weren't cleared. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Where was that option before? It does have bugs. It really does. Yeah. Alright, Roger. Take care, matey. Acknowledge, hold short. Yeah. Done that. Did that 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Again. Okay. I'm screwed now, aren't I? Because I'm not going to get clearance. So she's going to have a whinge when I take off. You weren't cleared. I'm past caring. I don't care. We're leaving. We're leaving. If you can't give me taxiways and give me landing strips, and I mean, you clearly got no idea what you're doing. Right. And go. So she's going to have a whinge and say, you're not supposed to take off from here. Too bad. Right, I think I've got my altimeter set correctly. Oh, hello. Is she going to whinge? Wait till she realizes she's sending a text. There you go. Yeah, I cleared myself, darling, because you're clearly incompetent. Okay, flaps in then. And going to get to around 6,000 feet again. Is it right that the Cessna Caravan doesn't have... I guess because it flies lower altitudes, it doesn't have the hundreds and thousands variant on the altitude selector switch. It only goes up in hundreds, right? Because it's not an A320, so it wouldn't need the thousands, really, would it? I guess that's why it doesn't have. I don't think so. I don't think you get deducted points by taking off. I don't know. We'll find out when we land. I don't think so, though. You maybe should. I'd be glad if they don't, but probably you should. But by the same token, it would be unfair to penalize a player because of a bug, a possible bug in Microsoft Flight Sim. I mean, I should have, technically I should have held short of the runway regardless, even though I didn't get the taxiway. I should have held short there and then checked whether I was able to ask for clearance, but I didn't, because it looked like everything was buggy. I didn't know what the hell was going on, and so I just went straight to the runway. So that was probably my fault that I caused that. I caused that issue of not having permission to take off. But regardless of that, she can go to hell, and I don't care whether I get permission. I should have got the taxiway. When I requested taxi to runway, and then she said, yeah, take off from runway, whatever it was, the taxi arrows should have come up, and they didn't. So it got confused with something, clearly, because when I approached the runway, the landing gates were still there. Now, it could be that the landing gates were there because I hadn't asked for clearance to take off. And had I done that and held short of the runway, then those landing gates wouldn't have come on. So it might be down to that. But even so, the landing gates shouldn't be coming on anyway, because there's, you know, the sim should realize I'm on the ground. How can I possibly be requesting a landing? It doesn't make any sense. So I think it's a combination of errors from me and bugs in the game, I would say. Yeah, I'm going to put it down to the both of us. Alright, so I'm going to hit, I should have done this before actually, but flight director is still on. Nav mode is on. And I'm just going to rejig my altitude before I even engage autopilot. Actually, no, I can engage autopilot now. And altitude, ooh, sugar, that was the wrong button. Altitude hold now. What's this one? transfer autopilot to the right PFD. Okay. No, I'm fine. So you stay at 6.2. I'm good with that. And now we can kill the speed a little bit. So I want to bring this down to around, ooh, bumpy. Bring this down to around 80. And then just bring this down a little bit. 60, 65. I like to be in around that area. Ooh, the plane's having a little bit of a wobble. What is the plane doing? Right, because we're early in the flight, I'm going to ride this out and see what it does. See what the autopilot thinks it's up to here, because I'm going to turn off the altitude control because it hasn't got a clue. Look at this. That's it. We're aborting the flight. What, guys? Wow. I'm only aborting because I don't want to get any penalties because of an error in the Microsoft simulator. It did indeed, my love. Okay, click on OK, try and bring the screen in. Yeah, so again, these are things that happen in the sim that I can't explain. I set it to 6,000, or I tell it to altitude hold at 6.2, and it does that, and it's holding, and then I just kill the throttle a little bit, but nowhere enough to affect can it stay in the air, because that's what I normally run at, and then it starts going up and down and up and down. It hasn't got a damn clue what it's doing. Yeah, so we're going to have to run this through again, and I'll take this. What are we now? 2 hours 44. I'll take this to the end, guys. So what I might do when the stream finishes is I'll put some chapter points in, or whatever they're called, markers, time markers. So if anybody plays the stream back, or new viewers, I'll tell them skip this part, or skip to 1 hour 35 minutes or whatever, and then skip this part, so they don't have to watch through these failures. You know, I think that's only fair. So let's do the flight. I should have done this in the first place, really, even though when I say I should have done this, I mean I should have ended the flight when I landed initially and then started a new flight. That's what I should have done, really. It would have just saved a lot of hassle, because I find only on the odd occasion can you land on a runway, park up, add fuel, and then take off again seamlessly to the next runway. Something doesn't sit right with Flight Sim when you try that, and I don't know why. So LFSB, and I don't really care what runway we're coming in on, but I'm not sure that's the right one. Nope. Give me this big long one here, 15. That makes more sense than bringing me round crooked like that. All right. So 51 minutes sped up. It's not going to take hardly any time at all. And this should go a lot better now. So no approaches, none of that BS, just straight direct GPS. Nice and happy. Right, so back into OnAir then, eventually. And we're going to go to LFSB. The last, 5 days, I've been flying OnAir every day. it's been seamless. It's been no problems, no issues, none of this crap. But this crap does surface its head from time to time. It does happen now and again. You get teething problems here and there. Sometimes you engage the autopilot and the altitude thing, and it's beautiful. It just works exactly as you expect. And then there's the odd occasion where it just goes nuts. I think it does it on the Airbus, although I think with the, I might be right or wrong, but I think with the NX update, I think the autopilot, is it that the autopilot's better now with that NX? Because I've not had any autopilot issues with the A320 for, I don't know, for weeks now. Normally you get the same thing where you'll hit the autopilot on the A320 and something will just go wrong. It'll dive into the ground, and I don't know, I got an update with I think it was since 0.3 of NX. It might have been just coincidence, but ever since I've used 0.3 version onwards, I've not had any autopilot issues at all. I don't think so. But yeah, there are autopilot bugs in planes. And I know there was quite a few on the Airbus. Okay, so this is good, right? Yeah, this is happy. Here we go. All right, so OnAir is happy. Simrate is there loaded. Do I have... Where's my widget? I think I might have... Do I need the widget? Let's have a look. Oh, I've got plenty of space. I'll take that guy's head off. All right, so nice clean flight from the beginning. Couldn't ask for more. Better, 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 better. So, just going to do my procedure. Sometimes this middle monitor lights up as well on its own. It doesn't need this button pressing. But I think that the button pressing in the middle one is correct. But sometimes, like I say, it does come on its own. I've had that a couple of times and wondered, oh, how come that's just come on? Right, so full... Oh, thank you. Right, set this to GPS and put your faith in the autopilot again. None of this is going to matter until we switch this on. So altitude, I know I'm going to be hitting 6,000, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this, and once I get to 6, I'm just going to hit altitude hold. So she'll hold at whatever altitude I'm currently at, supposedly, in theory, so to speak. Right, are we all sorted on this side? It looks like we are, so crank it up.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Or crash, yeah. So that can come off now. The fuel boost off, starter to off, and I like that these actually do work. I think, don't they? No, I have seen them work on one plane, but I don't remember which one it was. I thought it was this one. I'm sure there's a plane where it has the trim working on the yoke. Anyway, that's irrelevant. All right, let's see if the ATC wants to play this time. So ground, and I want to just go straight out.
Battery ground, Rusty Romeo 66 ready to taxi.
Give me whatever runway you want. Don't care.
Rusty Romeo 66 taxi to and hold short of runway 28 using taxi.
Taxi and hold short. Yes, that's the message I should have had last time. And then I acknowledge,
Taxi to and hold short runway.
and then I get the arrows. See? Now, why couldn't you do that before? Okay, so we're going to run over this guy, because I'm not using pushback. There you go. That's what should have happened the first time round, and it didn't. Zzz. There you go. I'm just spliced her into a million pieces like The Walking Dead. Hey, General Patch. Good greetings. Welcome. Am I using the beta version of Little Nav Maps? Oh, God, I tell you what. It's probably the stable version because I haven't updated it in a while. I've only downloaded it once, I think, so I'm probably using... I might actually be using an out-of-date version. No, actually, look, it's a beta. 2.6.1 beta is what I'm using. Yeah, 261. I don't know if there's a... I thought I was using a stable build. Eek. Okay, yeah, using a beta there. But I'm not programming anything from... I'm not programming any flight maps into the game from it. I'm just using it as a reference guide, really. But it's really handy. It's a brilliant little utility. It really is. Okay, just going to adjust my altimeter settings, which looks like they're okay. And the day suddenly got brighter. How's that? We are on live weather, aren't we? Okay, well. I'm going to need to slow down dramatically here. I do tend to speed down the runway. Hey, sit me in something with wheels and I'm going to speed. What can I say? Right. Request takeoff. This is it. What a difference to last time.
Rusty Romeo 66 cleared for takeoff runway 28 straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 Rusty Romeo 66.
Problem is all my lights have gone out now on the plane. I'll have to reset those. Well, we'll get there in the end, guys. It could have let me lift off. Yeah, lift off. We have lift off. It could have let me take off from the other side of the runway, but because I am going in the other direction. But I guess it's down to the headwind, right? Oh, turning circle on this. I've got to really slow it down. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. It's a pity you can't steer your own plane while you're in pushback like this. But no such luxury, I'm afraid. So let's get the flaps set while we are correcting our heading. Alright, I'm good to go. I'll just take off from this position, I think. Just going to turn the lights on just in case it gets a bit dark by the time we're landing. It's not going to be a long flight though, especially with time speeded up. Alright, I am ready. Are you guys ready? Anything could happen from here on out. It should be just a very nice 150 nautical mile run to the airport. And then I can pick up my 93,000 credit or dollars or whatever it is, pounds, reward. And by God, I will have earned it. Oh God, I will have earned it. Ah! But then I'll be $1 million company. Million credit company. It's not dollars, is it? No, it's not dollars. everything doesn't have to be dollars all the time. Okay, slight pitch up on the joystick. And I'm going to start turning straight away, I think. Flaps in. Oh, some nice countryside there. I tell you what, when you put the flaps, when you retract the flaps, you really feel the front of the plane just push down. Oh, some nice countryside here, guys. And we're going to be flying to probably a very nice part of the world, really. I mean, we're bordering on what, 3 countries at least? Switzerland, France, and Germany. This airport is bordering on. It must be cool to live in that section. You can go shopping in Switzerland one day, France in another day. Yeah, you couldn't you? Biting your nails with anticipation. Oh God, really? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's probably a bad thing, because it means, yeah, anything can go wrong. I'd have had more success with SnowRunner. And talking of SnowRunner, I want to do a SnowRunner stream because I'm halfway through a mission there, which is, oh God, it was really tearing my hair out to do it. But you have to do the same delivery twice to complete the mission, and I've done it once already, and it was a bleeping nightmare. But I'd like to stream me doing it again, the second half of the mission to complete it, you know. The reason I'm leveling out here is just to get some pitch trim going. Yeah, so, and yeah, oh, VR, right, yeah, VR is hang on. Okay. When they say that the minimum requirements for VR in this game is a 1080 Ti minimum, and then you, like me, you own a 1080 Ti, you know you're going to be in trouble. Because minimum requirements mean you're going to have to turn some stuff down. That's what minimum requirements mean. It means don't even dream you're going to be able to keep your graphics settings in VR. I mean, the least you want to go in this game is medium. You know, anything below medium, just there. Some options, however, you can change down to low, and they don't really make that much of a difference. But things like clouds, you want to be on high or ultra if you can manage it, but high. Medium's okay for clouds. High is better. High is noticeably better with clouds, especially the volumetric. Once you get into volumetric settings, you want to keep those on high or above. But there's some settings with clouds, like shadows and stuff, which you can keep low to medium, and visually it's not really that big of a difference. Yeah, so, but I agree, this in VR, if it feels as close to flying as VR in sim racing feels to racing, it's going to be quite an experience. The problem is when VR gets released for this, it's not going to be all the headsets supported at the same time. I can't remember which headsets are going to be supported in the first release, but there's like only a couple, 2 or 3. I don't even know whether the Vive is in that list. Mine is the Vive, and I don't even know if it's in that list. I mean, it might be, but I don't think it is. I've not seen it mentioned. but the Oculus, I'm not sure about whether that's in the list. I think the Samsung VR is one of them. I can't remember, but I did see a list of the VR that they were going to support in the first update. Isn't it coming out along with the Xbox? Along with the Xbox release? Alright. Once this plane, I'm gonna see if I can control the altitude here. I've still got my hand on the joystick and I'm just letting the autopilot do its thing to get back online. And once it does, I'm going to hit the altitude hold. But if I hit that, will it not? It'll tune into the altitude I'm currently on, right? Yes, and just hold it there. There we go. I was just afraid there that it was going to go a bit ditzy. Alright, so it's holding at 5.9. Okay, if you don't mind switching up to 6,000, so vertical speed mode on, and go up. And you can take your time, you don't have to go too fast, but I've got it set to whatever it is. Was it 600 feet per second? Per minute. Right, so all looking good. Autopilot's good, altitude is good, heading good. Right, simrate. Here we go.
Simrate 2. Simrate 4.
And finally,
Simrate 8.
gotta keep an eye on it. Okay, Aquatic, enjoy the meeting. Yeah, I think you're quite right. I think reverb. Yeah, I remember seeing G2. I couldn't remember which make that was, but I believe you're quite right there. So I don't know what the reasoning for that is, but I would have thought that the long-standing ones would have been supported first. So I thought at least Oculus and Vive on the first release, but hey, you know, it is what it is. God, this flight's not going to take long at all. I'm going to have to keep an eye on my distance though, because once I get to 20 nautical miles, I want to start, maybe 25, I want to start slowing this right down. You'll notice that the scenery goes, like the quality of the scenery doesn't, you see it's a bit crap now, and that's because it's not loading it in quick enough to keep up. I'm doing somewhere between 9 and 15 frames per second, way through the cloud. Yeah, so we're just between, between 9 and 16 frames per second, lovely. And the scenery goes all naff because it's, like I said, it's just basic. Once you start slowing the sim rate down, once you slow the sim rate down, then it starts to populate the scenery again. It's just the way it is. So, while we're en route, I'm going to make sure I keep my distance on the screen, and we're going to go into dashboard. Did she really earn that 30 grand? Oh God, she did. We need to give her another job now. Now Brooke doesn't finish her day until 1 o'clock in the morning UTC, which is 2 o'clock in the morning my time, so she's got another 10 hours of work yet. Yes, I do work her to the bone, but I give her some nice bonuses. I want to start create an FBO and start employing mechanics and stuff, but I'm never in one place long enough to plonk an FBO down anywhere. Okay, so we need to go to the job board then. Oh, actually no, before that, what you need to do is remember where she is. So she's currently at LFSN. LFSN. Now we can go to the job board and program that in. LFSN. That's the parameters for the Cessna 172. And see if there's got any decent jobs on. So I don't fancy that one. 9,000 credits for 3. Can she pick all this up in one go? No. See, then I would have done it if she could pick all these 3 cargoes up in one go and then just dotted them around, but we got a business trip here, pays 5,000. Is it available now? Yes. I have to hurry up here because we're closing in. Right, aircraft. And she has to fly 23 nautical miles. I can't see my range. Okay, she's got plenty of fuel already. Oh, it's not available yet. Okay, you cannot start the flight now. Oh, the gross weight. Okay, we need to take some fuel out because we got some overweight passengers. There we go. Right, I'm going to move this off the screen, guys, because I need my simulator back.
Simrate 4. Simrate 2. Simrate 1.
Now you'll see the scenery start to repopulate. I hope. There you go. Look at the difference. Right, so I'm going to just get her ready. She's flying to LFSG. And that's her. And alright, she's in the air. And as for me, I'm flying to LFSB, so let's see if we can bring them up already. There they are, number 8. And we want a full stop landing, as opposed to a partial stop. Are you using the downloaded offline globe elevation data? No, but hold on.
Fly straight, runway 15 Rusty Romeo 66.
Fly straight. Okay. So the answer is no, but I have downloaded the globe elevation data. So I've loaded it in once. So I don't know whether it's using it still or not, or whether I've got to do it again. But yes, I went with the offline globe elevation data downloaded. But sometimes I program stuff in and it gives me errors like cannot get elevation, blah blah blah. So I actually don't know whether it's using it or not. Really not sure. But I don't really, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I need it really. Okay, I'm going to drop my throttle a little bit because I think we're going a bit too quick. Ouch. So I'm going to need to descend to around 3.5. And we're on full manual now. And once we land here, we're going to get handsomely paid. for all the pain, suffering we went through. Where's the chat gone? How long's that been off, guys? I've obviously... Oh, I know why. Because the desktop mode scene is directly next to the YouTube chat. And that's why the YouTube chat disappeared off the screen. Sorry about that, guys. I've made some right royal mess ups on today's stream. But I'm rusty. Ouch. Ooh. Sorry, I have a pain in my... I don't know, one of my organs is... Ouch. Aching inside, so this might be my last... flight. What the hell? Man, I have a pain inside of me. Jesus. What organ is that? Stomach? Oh my god, it's like a stabbing. Oh, Jesus, guys. Whew. If the plane crashes into the ground, then it's because something's happened to me. Okay, I've just leant forward and it's kind of gone away. Oh, Microsoft partnered... Okay, that makes sense then. Microsoft first. But it makes sense. It does make sense. It's business, isn't it? Business. Yeah, it felt like a stitch, but I am not even moving. But it was just down where your last rib ends, you know? Where your stomach is and the last rib, just in that kind of corner. Jesus. Oh my god. Like somebody was stabbing me, man. But it seems to be okay. So I wonder where we're flying over right now. Yeah, like I haven't got enough maps open to tell me. Actually, it would help if I could track my plane, but then I'm going to get distracted. Okay, so we're flying over Riedersheim, Mulhouse and Riedersheim. And yeah. Acknowledged. Now wind 269 at 7, is that wind at 269 degrees at 7 knots or something like that? Ooh, we're overspeeding here. Oh, well, we're not, but we're close to it. What can go wrong now, eh? Gallstones. Oh, thanks, Boren. Cheers. That's made me feel a lot better. I don't know. No, I don't think... I've had that pain before, and I get it... I can't remember the last time I had it. Must have been years and years ago, but I would hope not. It wouldn't have the gall to do that to me. My frame rate is really pants at the moment. Like, I can't believe it's just made 20. I should be pushing around 30, 40 here, but it's 25. I don't know why. So here we are then on final, going too fast for this simulator to like. But I don't care. My speed is fine. I like it. I like where we are. I just need to dethrottle just a little, just to get it into the white zone, and then I can flap. I can start flapping my wings. We're almost there, just on that threshold. Big highway bit below us. Oh, come on. Do I have to put the nose right in the air to kill this speed? Okay, flaps 1. We'll be going to flaps 2 very shortly. Nice long runway here though. Hi Jason. Have a quick lunch break. Is that you telling me to have a quick lunch break? I should eat something. I think once I've done this, I'll have a little nice bowl of cornflakes with some ice cold milk. I don't have any bananas in the house, but I love sliced banana on top of a bowl of cornflakes. Oh my god. Sliced bananas with ice cold milk and cornflakes. Oh yeah. Take me to the promised land. I don't know what it is, but bananas and mushrooms, obviously not together, I can eat them like any which way. It doesn't matter. You cook mushrooms anyway, or you serve bananas anyway, even fried banana. I just like them both. I don't know what it is.
1260 at 4 knots.
Yeah. Mushrooms makes good for a nice English breakfast though. I'm gonna start making people hungry. Yeah. A nice dinner for me would be like mushroom soup, and followed by, I don't know, bananas and ice cream or something, or banana and cream or whatever. Yeah. Unless, of course, you had an apple crumble, in which case that's a whole different ball game. Doesn't get much better. Run, 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 runway. Okay, I think we can turn the plane, tilt it round just before we land here. A little tiny flare. Got plenty of time, plenty of time.
Landing time locked. Landed at Lima Fox Sierra Bravo. Bravo House.
Bravo. I wish I could pick my... I've got one of the natural voices in Windows, and it would have been really nice to use... Oh, I've missed that taxiway now. It would have been really nice to use that instead of these voices, these computerized voices. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay. Normally they give you a taxiway. Yep, not this time. So I'll just take this one. Normally they give you the arrows. I am. God, be patient, woman. So now I've got to sit here while I get the taxi instructions, because I don't know which way they're going to send me.
Ground Rusty Romeo 66
Ouch.
request taxi to parking. Rusty Romeo 66 taxi to general aviation parking.
Okay, you show me the way.
Taxi to general aviation parking, Rusty Romeo 66.
No? Then how the hell am I supposed to know where it is? I can't believe I have to do this. Cars. Okay. Where the hell's the general aviation? Does it even matter? Here we go. That'll do. So we're turning right. Where's the taxi arrows here? OnAir's not going to care. As long as I could turn the engines off right here and it would recognize that we're okay. That big red plane. That just reminded me of the red arrows for some reason, but I think it's quite much of a bigger plane than what the red arrows use. Oh. Messed it up there, but okay. Yeah, it's an Airbus, I think, isn't it? That's a nice livery. I'm just going to park it here in front of this hangar, or near this hangar. Alright. Bring me my million. So we're going to turn off the lights here, except for the beacon. Keep OnAir happy and kill the engine, and OnAir's happy.
Time locked. End of flight. Registered in OnAir company.
So, OnAir, show me the money. I'll find the screen in a second. So we have all good, reputation change increase for 0.9 hours of flight, so we got 0.22 rep. 20% bonuses in XP, which is also always good. Level 5. I'll click on OK. Job done. And Brooke is still flying. She's got, what, 16 minutes remaining. But she's only going to earn a little bit. But now we should have the million. Yes, baby. Company value 1.1 million. I remember when the company value was like nothing. Like this thing at the bottom, it was like I had some decent money up here, but because of my share capital and all that stuff, the value was really right down there. But 450,000 of this has to go back to the bank. So I technically only have around 500,000 really. But this is $1 million including the loan. But I would like to pay the loan off, get it done, just so that it's out the way, really. Maybe I should. I know it's 10% though. I mean, it's not going to matter to pay it over the entire year. I won't even notice a difference because I earn more in a day than the bank takes every week. You know, no. I mean, this job on its own is 9 weeks worth of payments. So we've done pretty well. And if we go to income, I think I just dropped off cargo, didn't I? So if I go to cargo, you'll see there's the job. And these are all the jobs that we got paid. Look at this one I did here. That one took me a little while, toing and froing from different places, but it paid 300,000, so that was really good. And at this point in time, I only had 300,000 in the bank, so I effectively doubled what I had, went up to around 600,000. Then we took another couple of nice jobs. and then this one. So we've gone from, like on the 10th here, we've gone from just around 340,000 to 1 million in 4 days. So I'm quite happy with that. Now let's pretend that I wanted to rent an Airbus A320. Let's just pretend, right? So I haven't got the Airbus loaded in the simulator right now, so I can't really choose that one. So I'm going to choose it from the list, and the class obviously is jet. And I'm going to go to, I should probably type in Neo. I don't know whether Neo is going to work. I'll try it. Yeah. So these are all from different sims. As you can see, each one of these is a different plane. So we want the MSFS one, which is this one. To buy 48 million, but you can get cheaper ones. And now we're going to look around the airport that I'm at, which I think is LFSB, right? Yeah. So anywhere within, let's say, 100 nautical miles of where I am, if you can find any Neos for sale or rent. Right, the only one I'm bothered about is the ones with the 2 greens here. And this one you can buy. That's only got 5. That's a good deal. 5,000 hours. That's a good deal. So it's 68,000 per hour to rent this plane. But I don't know what the minimum is. What's the minimum? Oh my god, 68,000. But there's a minimum, right, that you can do. So like if you don't fly it on that day, you still have to pay a certain amount of certain amount of hours rent regardless. So the expert has estimated this plane to be worth 33.9 million, and they're selling it for 35.6. I wish I could negotiate a price here. Now obviously I can't buy it, but I can certainly damn well rent it. But this is, look at the renting bond. You know, you do get that back when you return the plane, but hey, geez. So it's 770,000-ish just to take the plane out and rent it for an hour. So I can probably afford to rent it for 2 or 3 hours. Oh god. So okay, let's say I did, right? Cargo wise, it can take 75,000 and 194 passengers. Okay. So let's say I rented it for a couple of hours. That would mean giving them most of all my money. But let's pretend I did that. Now go to jobs, go to logistics, and I want to find a job at this airport or in surrounding airports. And we want to do, what would be a good range for the plane? I should have looked on the details, but I didn't. So let's say a short haul trip, taking up to, I'm not going to go to the max because that would just be crazy because I've got to add fuel as well. So 6,500 pounds of cargo, or I'm going to go to 170 passengers. Go. Let's see what these jobs pay for an Airbus. And it's going to take a little while because it has to search surrounding airports. Okay, let's put it on low to high. So if we look down at the high paid jobs, as you can see, we've got one here for 3.5 million, which means, you know, you can pay your hourly rate easy with this. And the job, if I can even click it, is army personnel. So you've got to take off from where I am and fly army personnel 806 nautical miles. Where are they going? From France into, oh my god, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay, so they're going down here. This is Macedonia. I have no idea where this is actually. If I zoom out, Bulgaria. So we got yeah, so we've got to fly them to Bulgaria. Then I've got to fly all the way back with an empty plane, pick up another load, and they're going... Oh, they're all going to the same place. Oh, I thought they were going to different places. Oh, okay, so it's one journey then. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, I can't fit them all in. So I have to come back and pick another load up. So it's 2 loads of French troops going to Bulgaria. They're back, they're back. Now, how many hours would this take to do that trip? 4 hours, maybe? So let's say 12 hours. Let's say 10 hours. So it would cost 680,000 just to rent that plane for that time. Plus you've already paid the 680. So I don't have enough money to hire the plane long enough to do this job. I would have to do a job where I can get paid enough to cover the hourly rate for this job. So I could take this job, which doesn't have to be taken for 8 days. I could take that job, but then take a job that's going to pay the hourly rate for this job, if you know what I mean. Work out how much it's going to cost me to hire the plane to do this job, then take a job that pays me to hire that plane and a bit more to cover the flight I'm currently on as well. Oh my god, getting mixed up. But you can do it. It would be a tight pinch and you'd have to plan it out right, but you could hire an A320. I want to make a bit more money first, maybe double what I have now, a couple of million, and then I'll look at renting an A320 and doing flights which are going to be very profitable, paying out, like, you know, look at this one, 3.5 million, but it's only 2 trips. This one pays out only 2.7 million, but it wants 5 trips. And these are event logistics ones, which are a nightmare because they're the opposite way around to normal jobs. It means you have to go to an airport on this one. So all the stuff is going to one place, which is La Perdiz. Where's that? I've never heard of that airport. La Perdiz. So you've got to go up to this airport, bring stuff back to there, and then back up here, bring stuff down, back up to there, bring stuff down, back up to there, bring stuff down. The amount of hours you have to spend in the plane. Mind you, Spain to Germany, France, what's that? 2.5, 3 hours for that? Yeah, that's about a 2.5 hour flight. All that distance. But then you have to multiply it by the times you have to come back. But yeah, it can be done. It can be done. Just for fun, guys. Just for fun. Let's get a bit anarchist here. How much is it to buy or rent a Dreamliner? Would that be classed as a heavy jet? I would say it would have to be, wouldn't it? Right, so we need to look down at MSFS. Yep, Boeing 787. Oh god, 127 million to buy it. And to rent per hour, $180,000. That's double the Airbus. No, wait a minute. It's not quite triple. Yeah, almost triple the Airbus. So these are your selling prices to buy one. Wait a minute, that can't be right. What's wrong with this plane that it's only 12 million? When this one up here has got more hours on it, the airframe's in a less good condition, and it's going for 74 million. And this one for 12. Something wrong there. Something wrong there, guys. If 10 million for a 787, I'd rip the guy's arm off. If I had that money, I'd take it right now, even though I can't fly the plane. Does that include fuel cost? No, it doesn't. No, you have to fuel it yourself as well. 12. Look at the discrepancy here. 98 million. This one says, oh, I know what it is. I know what it is, guys. It's not 12. It's 112. We need to pull this out. I knew it couldn't be. I said, I'd take the guy's arm off. Jesus, for 12 million? Hold it, I'll be down right now. Jesus God. I didn't think that was possible. I thought, something's wrong here. 155 million, but you can only buy that plane, you can't rent it. What about, do we have, isn't the 747 classed as a heavy? Okay, I thought it was. Let's go with jet. Why? Where's the 747, guys? We got the 7. That's the only MSFS plane here. All the rest are X-plane, P3D. I guess the 747's just... The only way to find out is to load it into the sim and then just click this one. Because if I click that, it's just going to load the Grand Cessna because it's the one I have. Anyway, I don't know if you've seen this, guys, but have a look at this. I'm going to just move this off the screen now. I'm done with this. I want you to have a look at this plane. End. Yeah, can you imagine how much fuel that would take as well? I think once I get into a couple of million, you know, I'm going to start, because I think my next thing that I really should do in OnAir, my next task really should be, let me just close a couple of windows down a second, guys. All right, so what I should be doing in OnAir is if I go to employees and go to Brooke, all right? Now she can fly, if we look here, she can fly single engine piston land planes, okay, such as the one she's in right now, which is the Cessna that we bought, seaplanes and helicopter. Now, I can start her training. I can do training for this one, a single engine turboprop. See, dollars, there you go. Credits here. So to start training skills, it's going to cost me 1,300 credits, but the actual training is going to be $7,000. So come on, it's either credits or dollars. Pick. You can't have both. So I would start her training. That's going to take literally two actual real-time days. Okay. And then obviously she can't work and make money during that time because she's too busy studying. And she's going to have another day where she's learning skills for punctuality, resistance under stress. So she's going to be 3 days out the game. But what this will do, it will train her to fly the Cessna Grand Caravan. Once she's got that certificate to be able to do that, then we'll fly the Cessna 172 that she's in back to, oh, actually, no, it's not even rented. I bought it for her. So yeah, so we'll sell the current plane that we have, the Cessna 172. We'll put that on the market, try and get a decent price for it, and then I'll buy her a Cessna Grand Caravan. So she'll have one as well, and that way she'll be able to take on the more expensive or the more better paid jobs as well, and then she'll be raking in a lot more money. And instead of raking in jobs for maybe, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 on, you know, per job, she'll be able to do maybe 50,000 per job. So it would work out, and she'll pay back the cost of the Grand Caravan before you know it. Because I don't think they're that expensive. I think I paid 40. Did I pay 40? I'll be damned if I remember what I paid for mine. Hold on. So if I go to Grand Caravan, if I search around where I am, not that it's really going to matter that much, just to get a ballpark figure of what it's going to cost to buy one. Oh yeah, I paid, oh my God, what did I pay for mine? I got a bank loan for $460. Yeah, I did pay around 500 something, I think, but it might have been a bit more, to be honest. But I got one that was in really good condition. Like, I had good numbers here, the hours, the conditions, and the engine. So I would have to spend another $500,000. In other words, don't pay the bank loan back, and just buy one for her. Let me see if I've got a sell price order here. Yeah, you're looking at $500,000. So we can do that now. So I can actually sell. I'll get the money back from the Cessna anyway, and then I'll buy her a Grand Caravan. Then we'll both have them, and then that $500,000 she can make up in about maybe 8 to 10 jobs. She'll have made that money back, and then anything after that, we're both flying around in Grand Caravans making decent money. And then we'll get up to the 2 million mark, and then from there we can start maybe focusing on a commercial jet. Oh God, yeah, the worst is yet to come, guys, trust me. Rusty flying an A320 for Rilmer Airlines, not a good idea, but that's the plan. Not quite going to do that yet. Maybe in a short while we'll get rid of the plane, the Cessna. I actually don't know where to do that. Aircraft at airports, would that be it? Oh no, this is where you find out what aircraft is for sale at what airports, I think. I think you go to aircraft here and go to more details. Yeah, I think it's here. So the Cessna, I can say put it on the market for, and I can put a price. I can immediately sell it right now for 87,000. So I could put it on the market for say 90. See if I can get a buyer at 90,000. Or I could rent it out to another player. Yeah, you can do that as well. But yeah, so that would be 90,000 towards the cost of the Grand Caravan. So it would cost me maybe 410,000 out of the bank account. And it would work out in the end. But I love that you can do this with Flight Sim, because it does give you purpose into playing the game. And of course, if you don't want to fly an on-air flight, then you can just pick, any plane, anything you want to do. But have a look at this one anyway. So if we're going into airliners, Airbus, come on and check out this livery, guys. It's just the sweetest thing. Look at this. I think this is it 8K? I'm not sure. I think this is an 8K livery resolution. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter how close you get. It doesn't pixelate. At least I don't think so. So departure airport, well, I don't know. Heathrow, I suppose. Would make sense. Yeah. So Heathrow, I'm going to do it from cold because I've got the latest A320NX package in, the very latest one from today. It's not a new release, it's just the master from GitHub. It's just the master release from GitHub. So we're going to have clear skies and midday-ish. All right, let's have a look. Check out this plane, guys. It is gorgeous. I think the guy who did this livery has already done one as well for... Oh, no. I think he's done a... Oh, I don't want to say it if I'm wrong. I think it's Lufthansa livery. I think he did for this plane as well. But he's doing these high-res liveries, and they're just beautiful. What a difference it makes to have, you know, not only a high-res livery, but somebody who clearly is doing a really good job on them. This is gorgeous. I already have a British Airways livery that came with the mega pack. But this one, this one's beautiful. I'll show you when I fly the drone around it how close you can get, and it just, like, you know the blue-red ribbon that goes on the side of the plane? The detail is just tremendous no matter how close you get. Obviously, if you get too close, I mean, obviously, everything's made of pixels, but still. Pixel. Picture element. Picture element. Yeah. Oh, it is picture element, by the way. Pixel. Just in case you were wondering. I know some people already know that. Yes, A320neo, yes. Isn't it the difference between this one and the standard A320 is that the Neo is a fuel efficient, more fuel efficient plane or something like that? I've heard talk that are they talking about another type of plane that runs on a different fuel? Is it hydrogen or something? Hydrogen powered plane or something? I don't know. I heard that they were thinking about building a plane with a different fuel thing. I'm not going to touch this right now. I'm going to see if it focuses on the plane. There she is. Look at that. Going to give me a better view. You know those views they get where you see it trundling down the runway as well. I've got all the services around me. Look, the jetway, the baggage. Is it going to show me a different view? I don't know. I think it's starting to loop the video now. Let's see. Oh no, that's a new one. I should have changed the I should have changed the number. All right, let's go in. All right, so this is the NX version of the plane. So we're on external cam. So if I go out here, there's the ribbon on the side there. See if I can get myself zoomed in. That's as far as the external camera will let me go. I can't zoom in any more than that. Look at the clarity of that. It doesn't really have an adverse effect on my frame rates either. The reflection of the wing in the livery there. It is gorgeous, this thing. Now, if I go into drone, I should be able to control where I'm going a bit better. Can we get inside? Oh, I hate that I'm disappearing up its hole, but I don't think it has an inside like the Cessna does. So let's look at here, this door. I mean, completely readable. Look how close I am, and it's like it's not blurry. It's still, the text is sharp. You know, even, whoops, try and do the right words the right way. Now look at this. Do not walk outside this area. And the ribbon, if we get to the ribbon, because it's all made of dots. Oops, I'm really close in here. There we go. Okay, so you can just start to see, oh God. I have got no control over this drone. So you can just start to see at this level where the anti-aliasing on the strips are. I think it is a little bit smaller than a 737. I think so, yeah. I mean, but look at the porthole on the door. You can see where the polygons are starting to, you know, show their detail or lack of detail. But what a gorgeous, gorgeous rendition of this livery it is. Now, I don't know whether we'll get this thing cranked up, but I'm going to try a cold start. They should have a lot of stuff working now in this. It's not quite study level yet, but we'll get there. All right, so I'm going to turn the batteries on. Bing bong, this is your captain speaking. I don't know what that bong is from exactly. All I've done is turn the battery on, but I'm not quite sure what that is. Now, the screens are not off. We'll put, by the way, we've got some sound effects. They've incorporated some new sound effects now. So we've got the self-test. Sounds like I've got the air conditioning on. Somebody was saying that there's a bug in this, in that the engine sounds are backwards. Like, you're hearing, like when it's turned on, from the front of the plane, you're hearing how it should sound from the back and vice versa. I don't know whether that's been fixed or whether it's even true or what, but I don't know if it is or not. But all right, so we've got the external power on, so we're going to start working our way up as we're supposed to do. So this panel first, so crew supply on. Not on, all of this is still in op, I think, so we wouldn't be able to. Where's the flight recorder? There, flight recorder. That sounded like the autopilot switching off. Alright, so we're going to switch on the ADIRS. ADIRS. So that's going to take now 7 minutes, around 7 minutes to align that up. And in the meantime, let's turn these brightnesses up a little bit so we can see where we're going. And we'll put this one on. And the bottom one. Don't need to go full brightness, they're fairly bright already. This one we can turn up a little. Don't need the floodlights, it's nice daytime, so we're okay. And then the autopilot lights, which is down here. And of course, these ones which light up the surrounding area. What the hell happened to that truck? Do you think this is Euro Truck Sim? And the other side. We'll do the other side just as a matter of course. Alright, so these screens now, they're obviously going to change automatically depending what you need. So we have a field screen. I don't think hydraulics is done yet. I don't think electrics is done, or pressure. I think that's pressure, it's got to be. Bleed is done, or in the works. Engines are there, APU is there. I'm not sure what that is. The door, the wheels, the flight control systems, which is all the stuff. I'm told that they're supposed to go to the full extent of those blocks, but you can see that's going right down to the blocks at the bottom, but this one isn't going to the blocks at the top. Don't know what's going on there. So that's all good. And then we have the status page, which just says normal, really. But when you untick everything or uncheck everything, it just automatically switches. Right, so back to this panel then. Starting from the middle panel now, and I'm going to start putting on lights first. So at least, oops, did I just turn that switch? So beacon light on at least, and I'm going to put the wing lights on just because they look nice. Runway light on. Right, so APU on and APU start, and then as we go up, anti-ice. I'm not flying the plane, so I don't think we'll need to do that. Apply some air conditioning to everybody. I don't think these actually do anything really. Like if I made the aft cabin really hot, we'll find out later whether that's going to do anything. But it's not going to function yet until I turn on the APU bleed. So we'll do that. And I believe we can turn the batteries off. And once the APU is powered on and everything's good, we can turn off external power. Fuel pumps. Oh, I shouldn't have done the APU yet. Before I did the APU, I should have pressed the test switch. I wonder if they fixed this, because when you open this up, I don't know if it still opens. It used to be that you could open it. Oh, maybe here. No? I don't open it because once it pops out, it doesn't go back in, or at least that was one of the problems. Okay, so the APU's tested and working okay. And we need to go and put the emergency exit signs to arm. That needs to go on. Overhead lights, that light just lights up those green lines at night, because this cockpit looks awesome at night time. It really does. So have we done everything up here? We have. Right, so the next thing is to make sure, how long have we got left on this? 5 minutes. That's now gone to APU. See, now it says available. And so, can you hear it? Yes. So APU is now available, so we can turn off external power. The plane is under its own power now. Okay, so speed brake, I'm going to leave it there. We're not ready for takeoff. Flaps up. So engine starter to 1. You can see it's the screen switch to engine on its own. And we're going to go to engine number 2 and fire that up first. Always engine 2 first, because if you fire up engine 1 first, which is the engine on your side, you probably won't be able to hear engine 2 fire up on the other side, so you won't know whether it's actually done it or not. So you have to fire up your furthest engine away first. I think you're supposed to set these to standby, but I don't know. I don't think they really do anything that much. So once this engine fires up nicely, we'll switch the other one on. Can we go flying? What, in this? I don't have anywhere to go. And we've been on for 4 hours, so I don't know. So this screen's going to light up correctly in 4 minutes. It just has to align. Something to do with GPS, I think it is. Okay, I think we're good. Right, so now we can fire up engine number 1, which if we look on the outside, we should start seeing it fire up. There she goes. So don't stand in front of the engine. There's a reason that they have this white spiral. Is it to do with knowing whether the engine has spun up or whatever? I mean, I would thought it was a giveaway. So anyway, that looks like it's spinning up now. It's not quite at the speed of this one yet. There it is. Okay. Right, so now that the engine is fired up, we can turn the starter back to normal. And now we just have to wait for the IR to align. It's now switched to the wheels automatically. Got my little joystick there. Now, as for the autopilot, everything's unmanaged at the moment, so I'm not going to mess with that. So, it's telling us right now that the flaps are up here. We have the parking brake on. Predicted wind shear is off. I can put that on, but I don't know if it really functions. The TCAS, which is the collision system, is on standby, and the APU bleed is on. So the predicted wind shear button is here, which if I set that to auto, it should disappear off the screen. Yeah, it has. It's disappeared. Right, so IR alignment in 1 minute. So this is the MFD. It should kick in. I was going to put the weather map on as well, but we've set it to clear skies, but I can soon change that. Does anybody want to see me take off in this thing? I don't know. I haven't got a flight plan here as well either. We've got so this is our V1 speed. By V1 is the speed you reach, and once you've hit that speed, you're going to take off. You can't change your mind anymore. You can't abort your takeoff. That's it. You hit 119, that's your takeoff speed. Well, not your takeoff speed, but that's your decision speed, as it were. GPS primary is up, so that means we're good to go. There it is. And now this screen we've got auto brake. Right, so for takeoff, this is our little checklist. For takeoff, the auto brake has to be set to max, signs on, cabin check, spoilers arm, flaps for takeoff position, and takeoff config test. We can run through that if you guys want, but we'd have to go to the runway for that. And what do these screens do? I mean, these are never on. Yeah, so then VR is your rotate speed. That's 125 is when you can pull up on the joystick or pull down on the joystick and take off, pull up. And V2 is your climb rate, your climb speed, I think, right? Yeah. So I don't believe the A320 responds to this THS box. I don't think it does. So we're just going to put the flaps in there, and also the cost index. I'll set it to 15. We're not. I haven't got. Oh, it won't go in. No, because it hasn't got a route. I don't know if anybody's even wanting me to go out on this, but we can have a little fly out. I don't really have anywhere to go. Whoops. But we can program one in. If we go from Heathrow to... Oh, I don't know. I don't know another airport off by hand. EGTK. NM, is that Newcastle? Or is that NT? I think it's NT. Okay, it's accepted that. And cost index of 15. Now my cruising altitude. I don't know if it wants the flight level. So I'm just going to put in 250. Yep, so 25,000 feet, and that's going to be the temperature when we get up there, minus 34. Cold. So yeah, we've just got a direct flight plan there, which I suppose we can do. From EGLL to EGNT. Yeah, I think that is Newcastle. That's it. Ready. Should we roll it down the taxiway or something? I'm not going to fly to Newcastle, by the way. That's out. But I'll just take off. Well, we're going to depart north, really. But I'll just say straight out, and it'll hopefully give us a close runway.
Request taxi to the active straight out departure.
Rusty Romeo 66 taxi to and hold short of runway 27 right by taxiway Kilo Bravo Lima 21 Alpha Alpha 3 Alpha 2 Alpha 1.
Yeah, okay, whatever you say.
118.70 flight ready.
Now, if I show desktop, if I click this jetway, it's gonna put this jetway onto the side of the plane, but I don't need that really. So I'm going to request a pushback.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 right by taxiway Kilo Bravo Lima 21 Alpha Alpha 3 Alpha 2 Alpha 1 Rusty Romeo 66.
Yeah, Kilo Alpha and Lima and all that stuff, yeah. Fine. Right, I'm just going to quickly speed this up. I'm going to take off the parking brake. Done. And I'm going to...
Simrate 4.
Just going to speed it up. There we go.
Simrate 2. Simrate 1.
So, we want the nose of the plane to go right. So we're going to choose right. Maybe a little bit early there, but we're okay. And after turning us 90 degrees, the truck will automatically straighten out. And I think we can stop there. Okay, thank you very much. Right. I guess we need to taxi. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to change the weather. Let's try one of these presets here. Like drizzly rain. I don't necessarily want it to be, I just want to show you the weather thing here. So if we switch this to the weather, oh, okay, that doesn't look very nice. And on this side, we'll go to terrain, so I can see the terrain on that side. Another thing I like about this is how these displays light up down here. It looks awesome. You don't really see it in the daytime though, but at night, you would notice that. The first thing you're supposed to check, I didn't check, which is the wipers. You have to make sure the windscreen wipers are off. Because you don't want, when you start the plane up, you don't want the windscreen wipers to wipe on dry glass, because it can scratch the glass. That's in real life. We're getting 10 frames per second here, guys, and I do not know why. But I know I'm going to switch the weather back. Try and gain some frames back. Yeah, 5 frames per second. I think there was a utility that you could have running, and it would suddenly cause the sim. Okay. I've frozen now. It would cause the sim to just drop down to this frame rate. Okay, you guys still with me? Is anybody here at all? I think I've got a habit of boring people to death on my streams. Yeah, I'm getting really crappy frame rates at the moment. Don't know why. Thank you, GP. Swinging flames. Not something you want to hear just before takeoff. Welcome, swinging flames. Welcome. I'm getting some really, really crap frame rates. Alright, so let's run through the takeoff procedure then. So, first thing it wants is auto brake to maximum. So we're going to set that there. Signs on. Okay, we haven't done that actually. So seat belts and no smoking. That's that one. Next, cabin check. Okay, normally the cabin check is the cabin people, the crew, telling you, radioing through to you and saying, hi, everything's okay back in the cabin, all ready to go. But it doesn't do that, so we have to just pretend everything's good, and then we press this all, and that gets rid of that one. Next, spoilers arm. Okay, arm the spoilers by pushing this from 0 to forward, and that arms the spoilers into their takeoff position, flaps into takeoff position. Right, well that's just a simple case of dropping it by 1. And finally, takeoff config, which tests to make sure everything is good to go. And this is your takeoff config button right here, so we're going to press that. Normal, everything's good, the plane is happy. Now we can go on the runway. Okay, Born and Slumber. Hi Slumber, 1980. I have to go to work shortly, but I will leave the stream running. Have an awesome day. Thank you, Matt. You too, mate. I'm not going to be on for much longer. Pretty much just after I take off, I think. I just wanted to show all the NX stuff on display and this cool livery. Maybe it's this livery, but I've flown on this British Airways livery before and it didn't really affect me frame rate wise. Never really had any issues with it. Maybe after a certain amount of hours of play it just does this. Or maybe it's the 1.95 update that's introduced this. Because 15 frames per second for me is pretty dire. Even at Heathrow. But once we clear Heathrow we should maybe be okay. I don't know. Oops, losing my vision there. All right.
Heathrow Tower, Rusty Romeo 66 ready for straight out departure at runway 27 right.
Rusty Romeo 66 cleared for takeoff runway 27 right straight out departure approved.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 right, Rusty Romeo 66.
Doing this with 10 frames per second is not good. Okay, we're now rotate speed. Gear up. Man, this thing's got some thrust on it here. Jeez. It's climbing better than it used to. Flaps in. It looked like me testing out the parking brake dropped the landing gear for a second. I don't know why. Different sounds as well. So this is the terrain on this side. This is the weather on this side. It's noisy, this one.
Rusty Romeo 66, you are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Heathrow Tower, Rusty Romeo 66 frequency change.
Yeah, this thing lifted off into the air like amazing. Did it disengage on its own? I guess it must have done, because I can't put it back into the other position. Ground spoilers armed, seatbelts sign is on, APU bleed, yep. Now, what I said about the temperatures, I think they're all the same. Remember I set the temperature to hot at the back of the plane? Well, it's all 24 degrees, so I don't think it's really doing anything. I'm still getting really bad frame rates. It's like 13, so something's gone messed up. So there we are, flying over, I don't know, somewhere around outskirts of London, I suppose, in a British Airways Airbus. Beautiful. So the sound of the engine has changed. I was on full throttle though. I've slowed it down. I should have backed off the throttle a while ago, to be fair. I'm just going to put the autopilot on. I don't know where it thinks it's going to go. It's probably going to fly back to the airport. 9 frames per second. But we're getting 32 frames per second outside. I wonder if this is something to do with the NX update. If I take the NX update out, I wonder if I'll get my frames back. Because in this cockpit... Well, let me take off that on there. I think the plane's going to kill us. And we'll put the take the weather display off. "15 frames per second. I'm wondering whether it's the NX update that's doing this, because there's a lot more processing going on. I don't know. It should be following a flight plan to Newcastle, right? Yeah, I'm getting decent frame rates outside, but not inside. So it's got nothing to do with the NX, I don't think. Just maybe the displays. Anyway, I don't know. Alright guys, so that's it. We're done. 4.5 hours, my usual. Well, I hope you enjoyed some of this. It didn't all go to plan, but we got there in the end. And I will be progressing with my on-air stuff as the days roll by. And if there's anything significant, any milestones, like the last time, or I buy a new plane, I'll probably pop a video up and see where we are. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, some of what you saw, and maybe we'll get to grips with SnowRunner next time and go from there. So until then guys, thank you all for watching as usual, and I hope you're all safe and take care. Wear your masks and don't listen to anybody who tells you not to. Especially if they're in politics. Till next time guys, bye for now.